Hey everyone, Geeky here with more Longest Journey. We are at the studio and we are about to help April. I don't know, get April started on her painting. Kick her in the butt a little bit, as it were. Kudos to the team for not making April's hair long, because one, I can't imagine with her long hair, and two, it's very awkward in yield graphics.
Hiya.
Emma? Hi! I didn't expect to see you here today.
Me neither. Are you busy?
Nah. Well, I am. But I was about to wrap up for today anyway. Why? What's going on?
I have an important message for you.
I really hope it's not from my mom.
Not even close, girlfriend. It's from Cortez.
Cortez?
Yep. He said to tell you to meet him where children visualize their dreams.
Visualize dreams? What's that supposed to mean?
Me? I was hoping you would know.
Did he talk to you about nightmares?
No. Why?
I don't know. It's just... my dreams are really starting to bother me.
There you go again with dreams. You're obsessing, April. They're just dreams. Sometimes a banana is just a banana.
So, quick little factoid here. One of the reasons I'm optioned cigar as an option, which seems a weird option, unless you know about the saying, which I didn't when I first played this, many moons ago, is that the actual saying is sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. This is usually attributed to Freud. I know this because that's what I thought, but then I went and took the time to look it up because this is actually my second take, because my first take got spoilery, and so I refuse to do any editing. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but I refuse to do editing, so we are starting over from scratch. That's fine, I wasn't super far into it anyways. But cigars, just a cigar, is usually attributed to Freud. There's no proof he actually said it. It was somebody in a different paper, like, several decades after he claimed to have said it that claimed he said it. So it's a, he said sort of situation. So it's attributed to Freud, but no one knows if he actually said it. And Freud, for anyone who somehow doesn't know, was incredibly famous for assuming that everything was about penises. Literally everything. Everything women thought about was about penises, and everything men thought about was about penises, and just everything is about penises. This becomes even funnier when you think about the fact that my husband, right now, he's been watching these because he's a sweetheart. He watches these at work. So he's right now sitting at work, hi honey, eating his lunch and listening to his wife on her Let's Play talking about penises. Yeah, I'm enjoying the look I'm imagining on your face right now. It's really good. Yeah, you go text and yell at me. I'm just gonna laugh. I love you too. Anyways, so Freud is very famous for assuming everything is about penises, and of course the implication here being is that big cigars, men smoking big cigars would be a statement on their penis size, I assume. That's where we're going, because anytime we go anywhere large, that's where it goes. And a woman smoking would again be about penises, probably penis envy. That's one of his most famous things he somehow managed to convince a lot of people about for a very long time, that women had a lot of penis envy. And so the idea of saying sometimes a cigar is just a cigar is basically saying, maybe not everything is a metaphor or about sex, Freud. Maybe the fact that you think everything is about sex is a lot more about you than it does about anyone else. Freud, maybe you should be going to see somebody about this stuff. But that's okay, because a lot of his stuff has been debunked nowadays. Or maybe not debunked so much as a lot of it gets looked at with a much more critical eye, which is as it should be anyways, because like I said, I think it says a lot more about him than society, the fact that he's super obsessed with sex. Oh, but before we're done, penis. Just for you, Mr. Geeky. Just for you. Anyway, so now that we've had this, 2-minute segue into penises and Freud and metaphors, let's go with this one.
And a dragon is just a dragon.
What's dragons got to do with it? Oh, don't tell me you had a dream about dragons.
A dragon. A talking dragon.
I'm gonna regret this, but what happened in your dream?
Well, there was a dragon.
I think we established that already. You had a dream about a dragon.
Not just any dragon, though. A talking dragon.
Yep, we've been through that. Talking dragon covered. What did it say?
She. It was a she, a female dragon.
What, you could tell from the skirt, high heels, and lipstick?
Don't mock me, Emma. She said something to me. Something about being the mother of the future.
She probably said time to get up and go to school, April.
If you don't want to take my dreams seriously, I'll just stop telling you about them.
Is that a promise?
Like you're in any position to make fun of my dreams? Have you looked at your sculptures lately?
Oh, that's low. I'd punch you out if I wasn't so hungry. You want to go get some lunch at the Fringe?
I love the banter right here between Emma and April. It does a lot. It does a good job of showcasing that they're comfortable with each other and that they're friends, and it's the sort of shit you give your friends. It's a very simple, short conversation, but there's a lot unpacked in that moment about what April and Emma's relationship is.
I'll drop by after I clean up around here.
I'll be there for a while, so bye.
Who's there? Okay, that was not a dream, I think.
Alright, I have a lot to say about that. Shocking, I know. But some of it has to do with what April just wrote in her diary, so let's read that first, and then we'll get back to all of the meta. It's Friday afternoon, and I actually got some work done on my painting this morning. What a shocker, right? What triggered this avalanche? Okay, it was more like a light drizzle, to be honest. Of creativity. The cup of cocoa I had last night? The weather? My pent-up sexual desires? My dreams? Sure, a nightmare about a talking tree. Wait, no, a wood spirit. A female dragon and a chaos vortex? That's sure to release some kind of creative juices. Yeah, right. Okay, so I work on my painting for a few hours, and then Emma drops by and drops a bomb on me. This person, Cortez. He wants to meet me, and not only that, he doesn't just come out and say where he wants to meet me. No, he gives Emma a riddle for me to solve, where kids visualize their dreams. Oh boy, God, the guy is nuts. You can just wait where kids visualize their dreams for the rest of the summer, as far as I'm concerned. So I finally snapped and gone off the deep end. I just knew my nightmares would fry my brain cells eventually, but I never imagined I'd start seeing things. But there it was, as clear as the day, and I'm thinking, should I go get myself committed now or after dinner? Because April, girl, I gotta tell you, what you saw today is not exactly the product of a healthy mind. Holosculptures don't just come to life without there being drugs or plain old looniness involved. But then again, if I am insane, why aren't I seeing fluffy pink rabbits right now? And how come nobody has noticed anything weird about me? I think maybe, and I hate to say this, I think maybe I gotta talk to this Cortez guy after all, because he did say something about my nightmares coming to life. Okay, now I know I'm going crazy. Alright, so one of the things I really love about what just happened is the music slash sound. Musical sound is probably the best way to put it, because it's not really music, but it's more musical than sound usually is, so musical sound. You might have to back up a few seconds to hear it again. The musical sound that plays right as the holosculpture moves. I love it because there's this sense of taking a deep breath, at least in my opinion. And I think that's important, because before now what we were watching was April just living her life. She had one weird moment with Cortez, but the rest of it was just her living her life, doing nothing different than she normally would do. And to be honest, like, guys, like, bothering women, that's unfortunately not that abnormal either. So nothing has been that abnormal. Oh, sorry guys. That's a phone call I'm going to decline, because I don't answer numbers I don't know. But there's a sense of this deep breath, and I think that's an important moment, because there's a sense of getting ready to leap, because it's after this that April makes the decision to go and seek out Cortez, and that's it. That's the beginning. I mean, that's it. This is it. This is the first step we're making toward something happening, and the first hint we've gotten that there's more at play here, other than the fact that, I mean, obviously something is going to happen. And oh my god, stop it. Sorry, that was my phone telling me of a voicemail. I should just turn the sound on this off. That would be incredibly useful, instead of dealing with this over and fucking over again. Okay, sound is off. Let's try this again. But there's this sense of deep breath, of getting ready to leap, before you jump in and leap into something. And I think that's very appropriate for this, because, like I said, this is it. This is the moment where everything starts to change, because now April's seen something that couldn't possibly be real, and she's made the choice to go and seek Cortez out. And I have a lot of feelings about why Cortez does this the way he does this, why he does this convoluted, here is a riddle that you have to solve to come and find me. I have a lot of feelings about that, but I think they verge into spoilery territory, because right now, if you've never played the game before, there's a lot you don't know about any of the characters, about the story. And obviously, I mean, about Cortez, I mean, obviously there's something going on with him. I don't feel that spoilery, because, I mean, we have to go find him and find out more. But I have a lot of feelings about why Cortez does this. If you don't mind spoilers, you can ask me, or you can just try to remember to ask me at the end. But I have feelings. I have thoughts on why he does it the way he does it. Anyways, so this is it. This is the moment where April's no longer living her normal life. She's now made, if you'll excuse the ridiculousness of the title, she's now made the first step on her journey, on her long journey. Yeah, so, yeah, I have lots of feelings about everything. Are we surprised? No, we're not. Alright, so I don't think we can make her paint again.
Nah, I've done enough damage for one day. The fruits of my labor... It's Emma's contribution to the exhibition.
I do wish they had chosen a new thing for April to say after this, but I mean, it can't be a perfect game.
I'll just leave my brush and easel here before I go.
Hey, April, maybe I wanted to bring those with. Did you ever think about that? Maybe I want to bring it with. Fine. Be that way.
That's another one of Olaf's. I swear he does a painting in, like, a day. That's pretty damn good, too. That's
his example of something I overlooked last time, so we'll grab it. It's Utena! Hi, Utena!
nice hair color.
I don't think it's actually meant to be a 10-up, but it looked kind of like her from the back if she wore, like, you know, punky clothes. So in the first playthrough of this, I went and ran all the way to the border house to see if anything was going on there. There's literally nothing going on there, so we're going to head straight to the fringe, so you guys are saving a little bit on time.
Man, those guys are in trouble. Don't they know that skateboarding is strictly prohibited in Newport?
Hey, want more proof that this is a vaguely dystopian society? Huh? Want more proof that this is obviously set in something very similar to the US? Mm-hmm.
Man, those...
Alright.
I think people should have the good sense to do that kind of stuff behind closed doors. At least as long as I don't have a boyfriend. I think people should...
I love how for April, it's not like, ooh, public displays of affection. It's just literally like, I don't want to see that if I can't do it myself. I appreciate the selfishness, April.
It amazes me why backpackers flock to Newport. You'd think they'd have the good sense to stick to India, Australia, and the near-Earth colonies.
I don't know if you guys are hearing the popping I'm hearing. I hope not. If you are, in fact, I'm just gonna go out, go back in, see if maybe that doesn't get rid of it. I'm hearing a popping. I do enjoy the casual mention of the near-Earth colonies, because it should be casual, because it's obviously no big deal to April and this time period that there are near-Earth colonies, and I really appreciate that little, like... I feel like there's this sort of... There's that popping again. Alright, we'll run in there and we'll talk. I feel like there's this sort of need in a lot of sci-fi. And I mean, obviously, April's in a sci-fi sort of world. We've got flying cars and flat screens, which back when this first came out were still, like, pretty edgy. And gene scanners and stuff like that. So there's obvious implication that it's a bit of a sci-fi world, and I think a lot of sci-fi tends to get trapped in this need to explain everything. And I think that's why I tend to not actually like sci-fi, which is one of the reasons I'm a little nervous about doing Mass Effect and scared that it won't interest me. I don't need sci-fi explained to me in depth. I don't need to know why something works. Just tell me what it is, tell me what it does, pretend it's an everyday object for the person using it like it should be, and move on with your life.
Complimentary candy for paying customers only. Stan has a habit of taking it out of your salary if you, get the munchies. Complimentary candy. I'm sure Stan won't notice if I dig gently into his supply. He's got crates of these in the back.
Would depend if he can see you or not, wouldn't it, April?
Complimentary... assorted candy. Colorful, no doubt also extremely toxic. Assorted candy. Oh, God, it's awful. It tastes like mouthwash.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, depending on what you're drinking, maybe you need the mouthwash.
It's a sticky, half-eaten piece of candy. I'm not particularly hungry. They're awful. That's my good friend Charlie. He was the first person I met when I came to Venice, and I love him dearly. As a friend.
Well, I'm getting close to when I should stop, but a lot of this has been my phone interrupting me and me rambling, so I think we'll finish up talking with Charlie and then stop.
Hi, Charlie.
April, nice to see you, girl. You know, I came to wake you this morning, but you'd already left. Early bird catches the worm.
No, early bird finishes the damn painting on time.
Well, talking about meta and Pokemon Green Rampant, and then talking about penises, of course. Hey, honey. I bet you thought that was the last time you were gonna have to hear it, huh? Earlier. Nope, there it is again. Yeah, I love you too.
Have you seen Cortez around?
As a matter of fact, I have. And he was asking for you.
He asked about me?
Yeah, where you were. He had a message for you. I told him to give it to Emma, that she would be more likely to bump into you.
I got it, but I have no idea what it means.
Cortez can be a little strange.
Do you know where he was going?
No, but he seemed interested in that poster next to the jukebox. They put it up earlier today.
Do you have any idea where kids would be able to, visualize their dreams?
Maybe in therapy.
I don't think that's it, Charlie.
Then I don't know.
I really appreciate the fact that she's very hesitant to say it to him because she understands it sounds kind of weird. But I appreciate the fact that Charlie doesn't laugh at her about it. It's a really weird, like, if my friend was like, do you know where kids can visualize their dream? I'd be like, haha, what? And I'd probably make a joking answer. But Charlie takes it seriously and answers it with, honestly, actually not a bad answer. And I think it's an answer that a lot of people would have played off as a joke, like, haha, where kids need therapy, haha. And I really appreciate the fact that either the writers or the voice actors didn't play it off as a joke. They were serious about it. You know, Charlie took a question that April was obviously very awkward asking him, and instead of playing it off as a joke, he took it very seriously because he could tell that she was serious about it. And he answered it with something that wasn't a bad idea, and and he said it with respect, which is nice because, like I said, I think a lot of people would have played it off as a joke, and kids needing therapy isn't a joke, let's be honest.
Thanks.
Anytime, April.
Why was the cafe closed earlier?
You know, some problem with the pipes. Stan, he gets real worked up. He is seriously pissed, girl. Keeps yelling at the plumber to fix it, or Stan will fix him. And the poor man is trying to work, but Stan doesn't quit. The plumber finds the problem eventually, but not until he's waist-high in canal water down in the basement.
Ooh, gross. There were problems with the plumbing back at the house, too. No hot water.
I noticed. Girl, that was one cold shower. There are always problems with the pipes here in Venice. They're too old.
How's work going today?
Aside from the trouble with the plumbing, everything's been peaceful. Emma's here with Marcus and Isabel. Other than that, I mean, it's been a quiet morning. Everyone must be home out of the sun, yeah?
Or on holiday.
Perfect time for it, too. The city's just boiling in July, and it gets even hotter in August. You should have stayed out in the country until the autumn, girl. It's cooler out there, yeah?
I think I prefer this heat to the heat I got at home.
You're safe now, yeah? We take care of you, April.
You do. I'm lucky.
It's not luck. You're a good person. And you deserve good friends. You help me out when I'm in a state, yeah?
You're always in a good mood, Charlie.
Yeah, but you never know. You're there if I ever need you. I know that.
Oh, I love Emma and Charlie so much, and I love Emma and Charlie's friendships, and they're so sweet, and they're so there for each other. I have a lot of feelings about it, some of which I can't say because, again, spoilers. But one thing I do really appreciate is the fact that April says a joke. She makes a joke. This heat is better than the heat at home. And there's a lot that could mean, but Charlie's answer is not only amazing writing, it's amazing characterization, because it's amazing writing because it lets you know, because he says, you're safe now, which implies a lot of stuff about her home. But it's also great characterization because, you know, there's a lot of different ways you could take it if someone's joking about stuff like that, and I think there's a lot of different ways you could, a lot of different replies you could do that with. And I don't think any one reply is perfect for every sort of person who would say something like that. But Charlie obviously, first off, Charlie knows again, good writing and characterization, because we know now that Charlie knows something about April's home life. We now know a little bit more about April's home life. We know that Charlie knows about April's home life, so we get a better idea of their relationship and the fact that they are close. This is a good example of, despite the fact that this is all talk, this is a good example of showing, not telling, in the sense that they're not telling us, I know your secret, I know things about you other people might not. They're showing us just by this simple, casual conversation. I love the writing in this so much. But it's also giving us a great characterization for Charlie, because Charlie's response to this is, you're safe now. You're safe now, we take care of you. It's this great, very protective sort of thing, and oh god, more platonic friendships, please. And it's just, I just adore it so much. Everything to me, this beautiful, small, tiny moment that tells you so much about April, and tells you so much about Charlie, and tells you so much about their friendship, and oh, it's just, the writing in this is so good. There's so much to unpack. And we are running a little bit, we're running late, but I do want to get through Charlie first. Hopefully, I can't remember if there's a lot of things for the few questions, but we're going to do it anyways. We're going to try.
You doing anything special tonight?
Working. I should really be at rehearsal, but I need the money. I'm going home for a week before school starts in September.
Right, you told me. Well, that's great. It's been years since your last trip home, right?
Yeah, right. You remember well, girl. 4 years. My father and I, well, we haven't been on good terms since I left.
I know how that feels.
Isn't it such a cliche, though? I don't look forward to seeing him again, but it will be nice to be back with the rest of the family. Especially my sisters, and my mom.
Again, info dump is kind of part and parcel of these old school point-and-click adventure games, and you can't really get away from it. It's one of those things that it's a little bit clunky, but it's kind of a big thing of it, and I think to change it would have been very awkward. But I do think that there are interesting ways to go about and make it natural. Like, that was a great example. What are you doing later? Oh, I'm picking up an extra shift because I'm planning on going home. Oh, that's great. You haven't been there in a while. Those are actual natural conversations that people would really have. I mean, we're about to get in Mind If I Ask You a Few Questions territory, which will no doubt be full of things nobody would actually ask people that they knew. But we're just gonna
Mind
just
if I
nod.
ask you a few questions, Charlie?
Why would I mind, girl?
Just nod in willing suspension of disbelief it. Okay, I think we can get through this. Ugh, it's gonna be late. Okay, this is just gonna be a longer episode, I guess.
What's your take on Cortez?
Why do you want to talk about Cortez? I don't know him that well. He's been around for as long as I can remember, but I really never talked to the man.
Do you think he's as crazy as some people say?
No, he's not crazy. Just a little eccentric. He doesn't give a donkey's ass what people think or say about him. And that's cool. I don't know. I have a feeling there's a lot more to Cortez than what he wants us to believe. That man has had an eventful life, I'm sure.
Anything else that comes to mind about Cortez?
What else? I don't know what to tell you, girl. When he's not talking about books, he talks about old movies. He loves the classics, calls them real art.
Yeah, like all those hipsters. Oh, wait, you know what a hipster is? Yeah, it's this old school, term from the 2010s. Yeah, he's a hipster. Go look it up.
What was it about me that made you want to be my friend, Charlie?
Everything, girl. You're a sweet peach. No, it's true. I liked you from the very beginning. When you first came into the cafe with a suitcase in each hand, lost and bewildered.
God, thanks for reminding me. I was such a country bumpkin.
No, everyone who comes to Venice looks like that, girl. This is the village of the damned, don't you know?
How long have you known Emma?
I met Emma about a year ago when she started studying at Vava. She moved into the room just opposite mine, and we became friends almost immediately. I like her a lot, and the two of you are the best friends I've ever had.
Thanks, Charlie. The same goes for me. Did you ever tell Emma that?
Yeah, I told her, and she jokes about it. That's just Emma. I know she appreciates me telling her, though.
Does Emma's behavior ever worry you?
She can seem a little out of control from time to time, but she's smarter than people give her credit for. I think she's able to take good care of herself. She's a brilliant artist. Her sculptures are inventive and beautiful.
I know. Sometimes I'm in awe. They just don't seem to match her personality.
She's a deep person, but she hides it well. She's more comfortable being a ditzy teenager than a professional artist. But around the two of us, sometimes she lets the disguise drop. I love her when she does that.
I sort of have issues with how Emma is portrayed and talked about in this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't, it's a bunch of mixed feelings. I have a post about it if you want to know more about it. I don't think there's spoilers in it, but I could give you the gist of it. Just that it's kind of weird, I feel, and it bordering on, you know, this sexist idea of the flirt who's a little bit crazy. And I think maybe it's meant to kind of undercut it a little bit with who Emma is, but I don't necessarily know if it succeeds, if you know what I mean. I don't know. I don't particularly like it. I didn't like it when I first played the game even. I don't like it now. I think in a game that in general I find very progressive, it feels a little backward.
Do you like living in Venice?
I love Venice. I've been here 3 years now, and I haven't grown tired of it yet. I don't know if I ever will. Venice is like a college campus. There are so many young people here from all over the world. And the mix of nationalities and ideologies and ethnicities is refreshing and inspiring. The fact that we're also right in the middle of one of the great cities on Earth is just a bonus. Call Newport whatever you want. At least it's alive, and there's always something going on. Yeah, Venice is my kind of place, and I'm not planning on leaving anytime soon. At least not as long as all my friends are living here.
What about you, Charlie?
What about me?
Yeah? When was the last time you talked about yourself?
I don't talk about myself, girl. You know that.
Still, I'd like to talk about you for a bit.
If you want, just in general, or is there anything in particular you want to know?
Oh, good lord.
What's your biggest dream?
A dark stage, a packed auditorium, and a single spotlight. Dancing, girl, don't you know? I'm a good dancer, but I need to be among the best to make it out in the real world. So I'll keep studying and I'll keep working as a waiter to support my studies, just like you.
How did you end up in Venice?
At home, there wasn't much professional training available for dancers. And my father, he was not happy about my choice of career. He wanted me to work in the factories like him and his father. Out here in Venice, everyone's got their own dreams, and people are supportive of each other no matter how crazy those dreams might be.
Your dream isn't crazy at all, Charlie. You're already halfway there.
But I still have a long way to go. You're right, girl. I can make it if I work hard enough. So can you. 'Cause we're both just so damn talented.
Oh, friends being supportive of each other and loving each other. Oh, it's so sweet. I love it so much.
Are you happy working here at the cafe?
We make decent money, if that's what you mean. I don't want to be a bartender for the rest of my life, obviously. But yeah, I'm happy I have a job. And you work here too, so I get to hang out with my friend, right?
If it wasn't for that, I don't know if I'd be able to do it. Hard work and lousy pay. The hours are flexible, and like you said, I get to hang out with you and my other friends. That's all I wanted to know, Charlie.
Okay.
Thanks, Charlie. I have to get going, Charlie.
Take care, all right? Remember, you're supposed to get paid today. Stan's not gonna remember unless you bug him about it.
All right, so we've run very long, and I apologize for that, but it was either only get through part of Charlie's stuff or get through none of it and make it super short, or get through all of it and make it super long, and I just thought this would be easier in the long run. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope there's going to be a ton of meta. Let's just be honest. Me trying not to do meta is just impossible. I hope it's enjoyable meta, though, especially for people who haven't played this before. I hope it's not spoilery. I already had to restart once because it got spoilery. I'm trying to be better, but, you know, it's a little hard sometimes. I don't mean it to be, but sometimes it slips out and I have to start over, and that's kind of frustrating for me. But I'm getting better about it, and honestly, sometimes I think it goes better the second time anyways, because I have my thoughts a bit more in line, and I can do research on Freud. Anyways, I hope that you guys had fun. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself, and I hope to see you around next time. Bye!